finally back to the bookshelf, continuing Star Wars book reviews. And the next one we are reviewing is Star Wars Dark Disciple, which this is a story that is actually adapted from a canceled 8-episode story arc from the Clone Wars TV show, from the original version of season 7 before we got the season that we now have. The season 7 that we now have. Yeah, this is based on an original 8-episode arc where the Jedi task Quinlan Vos, who's kind of probably the most anti-Jedi you could get, but they task him with going out and assassinating Count Dooku. And the best way to do that is they have him kind of try to get on Asajj Ventress, Count Dooku's ex-apprentice, on their sides, so, they can kill him. As we know, Count Dooku does not die because he's alive and well for the rest of the Clone Wars, and he's in Revenge of the Sith. So, we all know the basics of how the main plot is going to go in this book, but also there's a lot with these two characters that we don't know what's going to happen. And unraveling that is amazing. It's cool to see, and I kind of hope this happens more with Star Wars, is we get to see some of these unproduced and unmade episodes come out in book form. Because if you could get them all written like this, then this is amazing. This is first and foremost not the type of Star Wars novel that you'd be used to. This is a romance novel. But it's, I know a lot of people probably like, don't want to read a romance novel, but this is incredibly compelling. Both the R leads are really well characterized, just like the show, because this is pretty much adapted from the script of the show. They're both really well characterized and brought to life, and everything feels really compassionate and stuff. I think the romance is incredibly well done, and glad that's kind of how this story was going to go. I think it's cool that a lot of times Clone Wars is like to blend with genres, and I like to see that this arc would have been no exception. Not a lot of times actually focused on the assassination of Dooku. It actually is more focused on the Jedi Order, which is also really compelling because it's pretty much just talking about how the Jedi Order has lost its way, which, as we see in the prequel trilogy, it is. Like, the Jedi kind of suck in the prequel trilogy, and that's because they are losing their way. They are no longer what they used to be. They're militarized now because of the Clone Wars. They're sending out assassins. More of them are kind of breaking codes and falling in love and stuff. The Jedi is not what they used to be. And I love that they're pointing it out. I love that this book is also really about flirting the line between light and dark and how easy it is to actually flip over, and how it's not a simple good versus evil. There's so much more. It's so much more complicated than that. This book explores all of these deeper meanings in the Star Wars universe than I wasn't really expecting, but also it's adapted from a Clone Wars story, so I should have known it's going to get deeper with its meanings, because that's what's the best part about Clone Wars, is how it really explores the universe in ways we might not have seen, and opens our eyes up to it. Like, people used to not even care about clones. Now, because of Clone Wars, they're characterized, and we have their story arcs. A lot of people have clones in their top 10 favorite characters. So, just that we get to see more of the Clone Wars type stories come out is amazing. This is a kind of a darker book, and I like it. Despite the fact that Clone Wars is technically a kid's show, it's always been a bit darker. And this is no exception. This is a darker story for some darker characters. I was enthralled the entire time. Christy Golden is very good at writing. I was hooked the entire time. I never wanted to put the book down. This is amazing. If you're at all interested in picking up a Star Wars book, I do recommend you get Dark Disciple. It is amazing. It's good, especially if you like Clone Wars. And also, best part is, it's fairly short. It's not a long book. There's 300 pages in the book. You'll get through it fairly fast. So that's all I really have to say. I'm going to give Star Wars Dark Disciple a 10 out of 10. Like I said, I highly recommend the book. If you have read the book, let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. This is Jordan from Jordan Reviews, signing off.